my dear Taurus. This is your love and spirituality reading for the month of March 2019 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. We are soon entering into Pisces season, so happy birthday to all Pisces out there. And I read for the signs in the order of most liked videos, and if you do hit the thumbs up button, you are truly helping my channel to flourish here on YouTube, so thank you so much for that. And you can see the order I read in this time around at the community section of my channel. And thank you all for liking, watching, commenting, donating and subscribing to my channel. I am so grateful for all of your appreciation. This is a general reading for Sun, Moon and Rising sign. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. And for this reading I use the Crystal Tarot by Elisabetta Trevisan. And I will start shuffling your cards. So, my dear Taurus, see what's going on for you here with March energy. So we have an 8 of Wands and 2 of Cups, so it seems like love is going on, okay? 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is a situation where we kind of give in and just tell people exactly the truth, may it hold or like go to waste. It doesn't matter anymore because we have so much love in our heart, so we just take a leap of faith and tells the truth and tell the truth. So maybe if you are waiting for someone to do this, it's coming, or maybe your focus is on this, so that will create that it's coming. So I call the divine with love and light, and here we have also the 3 of Cups together with the 8 of Wands. So it seems it's very delightful situation. 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups. This might be just not like another love relationship hazard. It might also be that there's love all around you, kind of. In your love relationship, in your extended relationships, like with family and friends, and it's like a beautiful, beautiful celebration. A celebration of love. It seems overflowing and abundant and very happy, and someone being like the fool and just showing the love. So it's almost like you're on weed here, Taurus. Okay, so I call the 4 archangels, and of course death needs to come and destroy all the fun. Yes. Okay, death. So there always needs to be this little bit of hazard. 7 of Wands, Taurus there, the Hierophant, 4 of... Okay, so it seems like a little bit of boring masculine energy, to be honest. 4 connected to the Emperor, a Hierophant connected to the Divine Masculine, 7 of Pentacles connected to the Chariot, and 13 Death to the Emperor. So someone, you are happy here, having a lot of fun, and someone comes and say, but we need to think about tomorrow and the consequences. Yes, of course we need to do that. And this might be you saying that, also destroying the party. Okay, what's up with that? Okay, so I call the 6 elements, and we have a 9 of Wands with death. So this is like a war energy. 9 of Wands is big battle, like struggles, putting a lot of effort into something because it's bigger than you, it's greater than you, and you kind of gives everything and you're left with nothing, and then death comes. So that sounds like a soldier. Okay. So people just want to have fun, and the governments, the emperor, Caesar, and the church, the Hierophant comes and say, no, you need to go to battle. So you need to go to battle. Okay. So I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading. 5 of Swords, the Chariot, what did I say? And here we have an Ace of Wands. So give us a clear view reading for my dear Taurus viewers. So I want my dear Taurus to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay, it was done there. I was starting to think about a dream, which were much like the beginning of your reading. I was living this very abundant life, like a female druid, and we have a druid, like a lot of trees growing in a circle, oak trees, almond trees, different of these kind of big leaf trees. I don't know what the name is. The name to describe the group is in English of this more long trees with long lifetime. Okay, long lifespan, several hundred years. These big trees was in a circle, and we stayed there. We draw in the force from the universe. We could heal nature, wounded animals, hurt trees, hurt people. So it was amazing. And then come this warrior energy. It was like fallen angels. Actually, it was Asian looking people coming with spaceships, with armor, and like a specific kind of metal on their gear and their spaceships that looks very spacey, and they burned everything. And that's me in that situation. I kind of gave up and haunted the place of my death for several hundreds or even thousands years before spirits were able to get me to re-engage in the game of life. I didn't want to. And this ignition was needed because we on Earth needed this energy from the divine, the technology and the logic, and we also needed to teach this. It was like angels. They needed to teach about the human ways and love, and that things isn't always logical. So it became a real great and awful marriage between these two different populations. And look where we are today, almost making this fusion happen between the fallen angels and humanity on Earth, making everyone being able to join in love. Many people are in a relationship with a fallen angel being a human, or a fallen angel being in a relationship with a human, and they try to work it out, and it's not easy. It's like yin and yang. We are very different energies. So this is probably your theme for your reading, but I will tune in for a few seconds first. So, my dear Taurus, this is your future, and this is your now, and this is your past. And in the past we have a Queen of Cups, so she reminds me of this woman that I was in that age. It was a little bit Celtic kind of feeling to it. I actually had this long blonde hair and the red dress, and I also had a wand with a crystal on it it had like an energy field around it. I didn't have the butterfly, but healed animals. So I'm thinking Taurus might have been one of the earth peoples, okay, the one connected to earth, earth druids, hierophants, priests, high priests, people with magic skills, things like this, people that could talk with other animals, could talk with nature, could feel energies. Yes, things that kind of eluded this fallen angel kind of people. Okay, they didn't know really about this. The things that was solid were their thing. And here we have a beautiful Six of Pentacles. So this was kind of the work that we did back then with healing the earth, healing each other, making everything more and more prosperous. So we can say it was a little bit like paradise on earth. And when everybody gives, there will be peace. There is a movie that's made by, it's from a book made by Astrid Lindgren. It's a Swedish author that writes child books. And in that, in the movie, that also in the book and in the movie, they say, if everyone were like your brother, didn't want to go to war, there would be war everywhere. And the little brother said about their elder brother that if everyone were like him, there would be no wars, because this was a very peaceful person. And again, this is kind of the energy that you are bringing, Taurus, this peaceful energy. Very beautiful. And if everyone were like you, there wouldn't be any wars, maybe. Okay. And here we have the Ten of Swords. So that's when the spaceships arrives and the war comes knocking at your gate. And it doesn't help putting lamb's blood above your door, because this counts in everyone. We have the Devil here and the fallen angels, King of Swords, Aquarius kind of energy, Three of Swords, Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords. and the Empress. So this was what hit the earth here. The Ace of Swords, this special metal, the Queen and King of Swords, heartbreak. Why their heartbreak there, I don't really know. I don't know the full story with the war in heaven and what led up to the angels falling, but it seems to have been this separation already. And the devil is kind of is also earth energy, a 10 of Swords. So I'm thinking they needed to come down and to be really aware of their own shadow. So they had to come to earth. It was necessary after the fall. Okay. So this is your past, and we have 4 of Pentacles. So it seems like you have been able to build a very strong foundation for yourself, maybe out of self-love, self-respect, health, maybe building on your health. It's a little bit stale, a little bit stiff. So since I'm getting health indication, you might need to start to do yoga or stretching, or like something that raises your heartbeat, like cardio. Yes, okay. And an Ace of Chalices. So it shows that self-love is what I'm getting. Very beautiful, grounded self-love. Maybe you haven't gone the full length to really taking care of your body, but it's on its way. And here comes also the cardio, because here's the heart. So we have a very stable situation and still a very open heart. So that's very hard to master. It's very hard to be grounded and stable, have boundaries and not close off your heart. Super beautiful. I'm getting tears in my eyes now. Okay. And here we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is Taurus. So being very honorable, doing a very great work, trying your best. I'm feeling a certain sprinkle of insecurity here, because Earth inhabitants have been made out to be kind of stupid monkeys. Not even monkeys are stupid. And Earth was an amazing place at a certain point in time. It was like paradise. It was an amazing place with amazing human beings and animals that were all connected and could engage with each other. And human beings was at that point much better suited to live on Earth. We could go without clothes, without getting cancer or freezing to death. We also watch much stronger than we are today. Now a grown man have maybe 80 or 90 kilos pressure in their arms, while orangutan has like 300 or 400 kilos. So it's a little bit different. But here I'm feeling this, you are still connected to Earth, you are still connected to Gaia, to the mother, being the gardener, but there's a lot of shame here of not being good enough. Of course, when these fallen angels came with all the technology, you didn't feel good enough, and also they told you were sinful, so that didn't help. Okay. And here we have a 9 of Cups. So 9 of Cups is very beautiful. I'm thinking you are really learning to embrace this old kind of energy with getting back old knowledge, like knowing now the law of attraction, that if you ask for things, they will come. You can ask for simple things as parking space. It works. And if you forget, you need to, drive around town until your affirmation comes true. No, I'm just kidding. 9 of Cups is beautiful wish card, but it also shows that there's a strong connection between people, even if they are far away, even if they are in some way disconnected, they are still connected, if that makes any sense. We'll see where it leads to. The next card, 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so this is, I'm thinking that this is group effort. Okay, and love was always there in the background. It's just that maybe it's like this. The Kings of Swords here and the Queens of Swords, they watched over the heavenly realm and they looked down on the earth inhabitants and thought, oh, we could do so much better. Maybe the God kind of saw that, yes, that would be a good idea. Go down and make it better. But when they came down, they didn't know anything about this with emotions, and they hadn't been living a lot of lifetimes on earth like fishes and hippos and giraffes and other things. So they didn't know about this, how you survive on Earth. So I think they got very fearful and very protected when they actually started to incarnate. They were very smart because they were angels and even archangels maybe. So they became very very protected and looking out for themselves in a way that animals doesn't. Human beings didn't also. So there's a little bit crash there between two different cultures. But before we incarnated, we were all the same. Okay, we were all kind of angels. It's just that some people had they stayed in the upper realms, watching over the people that incarnated. And eventually they had to go and incarnate themselves, because it's like these people that was down here was maybe exceeding them when it comes to moral and value of love and so on. We can see this Old Testament kind of moral might not be as up to speed as the moral is today. Many people might disagree with me there, but I'm thinking we are now not pulling out another person's eye if they blinded another person. We have more civilized way to do things. And I'm thinking this was also the gap between angels and humans. Angels thought without a heart that there's this universal justice and the law is the law and this is what is. And human beings, they had lived many lifetimes, so they have empathy also for the crooked one or the person that's malicious or in some way not doing what they should, as loyal as this Taurus. But we could still have empathy because we had lived so many lifetimes and maybe walked in this person's shoes. So we know that they are just a baby. They don't know the consequences of blinding someone else, for example. Of course, they will learn when they got their eye pierced out, that's for sure. But yes, the moral had heightened to a level where actually the angels needed to incarnate to become up to speed as humans, but they actually became master over the humans instead and delayed our progress and maybe swung it back a couple of thousands or 10,000 years. But you still hold the torch for that, or the earth, the lump of earth. I see it's not a lump of earth, it's like a black pearl of earth. All these, the contrast to the light that brings out the wisdom, because when we see things clearly, we can learn. Okay, and here we have the high priestess comes flanking the queen of chalices, showing this with you being priestesses, like female advisors for earth. Okay, so I'm thinking it also were maybe a little bit matriarchy on earth at that time, since it comes through this very feminine energy. And even if you were a male, you were very oriented towards the feminine realm, being able to balance both of these, as the high priestess does in an excellent way. She's both very feminine in her expression, but also very masculine in her firm boundaries. And she's not like an angel, that's more 11 justice, but she's connected to that. They have this connection, so they can communicate back and forth, but she holds both knowledges of heaven and earth. So, and here we have a 2 of wands, so comes underneath ace of chalices. So it seems like you're holding back your love. Maybe you have a little bit of a touch of bitterness towards, maybe it might be your wife or your husband that's being one of the archangels. Okay, so you think they are a little bit stupid, and you just, it's like a person here with this beautiful 2 of wands is enduring a person not understanding what they should understand. So if that resonates with you, it almost gives me a headache. Okay, it's not because you are wrong, it's because you are so tired of the person. Okay, and here we have a 9 of wands, real tired. Okay, yes, you have been being this beautiful loyal entity for such a long time, and you have not gotten so much credit for it, holding this torch, this black pearl. doing the best to educate these archangels or angels and get them to understand the consequences of having feelings and being, how we need to also take care of the earth. We can't just explore it for more metals to protect ourselves or live a comfortable life almost as in heaven. We need to also take other things into consideration. So this seems like a very heavy spiritual duty here. It gets, I'm feeling it's a little bit hard to breathe. So some of you might have gotten different problems out of this, you exhausting yourself for this mission, like I'm feeling asthma. It might also be, I'm feeling a lot of problem with my breathing right now. Asthma and headaches, okay, and death, of course, underneath the Nine of Cups. I don't have a clue what this means. Death underneath the Nine of Cups. You don't. It's like you don't. You can't be that big a person anymore. Okay, I'm thinking God has kind of pushed you to its limit, so you shouldn't be that big a person anymore. Because since you have been this lovely servant and kind of taking care of everyone's need, holding the torch, holding the all knowledge, just hoping and praying that the all wisdom will come back and people will wake up. It is not enough, okay? It's not enough. You probably need to put on some dancing shoes. We see here, Nine of Pentacles. Yes, you need to become, it's almost like, you know this with Earth and about Earth and how to, take care of your body and how to deal with medicine and what's best for nature and how we can bring up our kids in a healthier way and how we should deal with each other as human beings, how we can become more diplomatic, more nice, not being big assholes is what I'm hearing. Okay, so we have the feminine hermit energy here. Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. And this is the earth contribution to this equation. So I'm thinking you're deadly tired of someone, but you also have a great way of solving this if you would show who you really are and what you're made of and what other people actually needs to learn. And it's kind of, it's a little bit in a hurry. You have been a little bit too patient, a little bit too nice for a little bit too long. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. So if you're dealing with, you don't have to deal with this with the angel crap. You just have to deal with a difficult son that's of angel descent. Or, of course, Taurus, many of you have also been angels, but by being Taurus, you have been so fertilized, cross-fertilized again and again and again with the earth energy. So you now have equally much memory of being like earth guardians, human beings of earth. See earth at that time almost like Pandora, and the aliens as the human beings coming and invading Pandora, and you have the picture. So you have both of these energies. You have been this alien coming down to earth probably, and you have been this earth inhabitant, and you have both. So I feel you have been cross-fertilized. So you have both of the both sides of the world. Okay, sorry. But there's something here with this angel part, which I'm trying to get to. Okay, so it's like you're supposed to be an adversary for the earth viewpoint because you have seen both, if that makes any sense. Okay. So Pisces, Scorpio, also a lot of water energy here. We have fire also, but that's because you're burning your fuse. And we have fire here, what I'm holding. It's strength card, so it's Leo. Yes, I'm thinking you need to be like a lioness, really, really strong here, and kind of get a much thicker skin, like on a grown lion or a bull. So you don't hear the stupid things that they say and kind of, yes, but I'm still thinking that this is the way to move forward. And I really don't feel like changing my mind over this. This should be Taurus' new approach, okay? This is what I'm feeling. So you need to become thick-headed and thick-skinned and strong and still cool, okay? Because I see you're grinding your teeth a little bit here, and that's because you're holding back a lot of anger. I don't think that's super healthy, but it's kind of, it's your mark, because this is how you want to be. You don't want to be a bully, or maybe you're a little bit of a bully, bull, okay? But you don't want to be, you want to be cooperating. There's a lot of cooperation in this. And we have 4, that's the masculine emperor, 3, the empress, and the feminine hermit energy. So I'm thinking you want to do this in a very spiritual kind of way. You might want to go and just take a blunt club and hit them in the head, but you're too good for doing that. So you're trying to solve it in another way. We'll see what about that. A 7 of Swords is actually a lie. Maybe hitting them in the head would be better, okay? This is passive aggressive things, but it comes out of unconditional love. But you're really angry, then you need to say angry words, okay? So you can still be the bigger person. You don't have to lose that image of yourself if that is very important, but you can stop lying, okay? You can say, I'm truly pissed off with you. I'm not sure I will ever be able to forgive you. You don't have to say, you're such an idiot, I wish you were dead. You don't have to say it like that. You can say, I'm really angry right now. I'm not sure how I'll be able to not become angry at you, because this is how angry I am. So there's different degrees in hell. So if you don't want to lose your image as a very unconditionally loving person that has a great patience and tolerance and hold like a lot of self-control, don't become passive aggressive. Become aggressive, but in a aware way, okay? So we don't need this 7 of Swords here, but it's a challenge for you to be truthful instead of having, that's a little bit of problem with. We have this priest here, priestess and queen of chalices, maybe with religious people overall, that they try to be all good and not have any dark sides, and that makes them creepy, okay? That's scary. When a person smiles at you but really wants to kill you, then it's better that they say, I want to kill you, but I'm not going to, because I'm too great of a person for that, okay? So we need to be true and not passive aggressive. We need to say what we really mean and our true agendas, and not, even if that would reveal ourselves as a person that's more pushy or more pig-headed or bull-headed than we want to show ourselves to be. So it might be that you want to come out as a nice person, not ruling other people at all, but you really have all these great ideas that you truly want them to, go through with. So if you want to be a leader, you kind of need to be a leader. You can't like have all these leadership ideas and then pretend like you don't want to rule because you want to rule. So if you are the husband or a wife to a person that you think are stupid and doesn't hear you out, you don't have to tell them that they are stupid, but you can go on telling them that they need to hear you out, because it seems like you have something important to say, and it seems like you have been patiently waiting for the time when they will ask of your opinion, but here you actually need to give it. Probably a little bit more bluntly than you wanted to, but it's important. As I said, time is an issue here. 2 of Pentacles. So 4, 3, 2 of Pentacles. We have 9 of Pentacles and 6 of Pentacles as well. But the 4, 3, and 2 is important, because here it's 2 people being kind of put towards each other, and there needs to be change. Okay, there needs to be a new balance, and it's going to be awkward because you are not used to doing things like this. You are used to carrying everything yourself and not put it in anyone else's lap. But here you kind of need to say, I'm going to drop the ball on you if you are not, making the effort here. But I'm not thinking you are going to I don't feel like Taurus will break up with someone or throw them on the street. It seems like you will keep your patience a while longer and keep on being a little bit passive aggressive, but it's better if you push it out when it comes, instead of holding back, and then we have a volcanic eruption and suddenly the husband is on the street. Okay, it's better if you can, this is a lot of pressure. If you can start to say and become more uncomfortable and not your old nice self, instead of becoming like a fearsome dragon from hell. Okay, because that's still the correct thing for you to do, because the energy has been pushing you. It's not you want to have this energy. The energy is coming to you because divine wants you to share your insights of how it is to be an earth inhabitant and what we need to do to make peace on earth. And therefore they are pushing you. So the volcanic eruption is correct, but it would be better if you didn't resist the spiritual energy that wants to come through, but actually let it come through and be stand tall in your own conviction. I don't, that was a stupid word because you are not convinced at all, but the divine is convinced, and they want you to trust in yourself, believe in yourself, and share yourself and your viewpoint to the world and show them how it should be done. Okay, so don't stay silent and hold back out of this image of you needing to be humble or gracious or unconditionally loving. And here we have the Emperor, and it comes underneath Death and 9 of Cups. I'm getting confused to this as well. It's probably too close to home. Maybe it's something I need to learn. So it's like a blank spot there. This is obvious because 13, 1 plus 3 is 4. It's the Emperor. So I go to basics. Emperor is also 22, the Fool. That's how an empire starts. It starts with something like an ignition, like something happy. We create a dream, and then we have something and we want to keep it and we don't want to lose it. And then the loss comes, and it's 13, the Death. That's the rising and a fall of a kingdom. And we have a 9 of Cups here. So I'm thinking there's some kind of eternal love behind all this, like a love to the society, a love to the union. Like maybe you love these archangels a great deal. The divine masculine might be a little bit compelled to lean towards the archangel side of things. So it might be that you're dealing with a divine masculine that you love a great deal, or a feminine acting like a divine masculine, being a little bit overly stubborn, thinking that they're always right, putting words in your mouth, and not listening particularly well, things like this that can be annoying. And that's probably what is like making it not so easy for you to, with this consensus, just communicating, because you're trying to in your nice way communicate, and maybe this is like how it is, and they are having their back against and doesn't even listen and go on with their things that you think is stupid. So I think you have an eternal love for this. The love is maybe greater than the will to actually change anything. And the love also for consensus and harmony. And you don't want to wreck things. You don't want to ruin things. You don't want to make people feel bad or, second guess themselves or ruin their beautiful confidence here with threatening them of their empire going under. So you might be a little bit over diplomatic in this situation, but it's because of love. So it's sweet and I forgive you. Okay. I'm kidding. The divine forgives you. I'm just here as the interpreter. And here we have Judgment. It's number 20. And so we have a lot of 2s here. 2, 2. And so I'm thinking the Judgment Day is kind of crawling upon this Emperor here. Patriarchy maybe. It's like the dying dinosaur. Okay, they need to give up their power to people that need to have half of the power at least to make these beautiful things happen. All these beautiful solutions here. How we can make peaceful solutions maybe instead of going to war. How we can share instead of stealing and all these kind of stuff. So it's something creeping in, and it's starting to become more and more important. Like time is an essence, okay? You don't want to bring the Judgment Day or the apocalypse upon us just because you couldn't speak your mind out of courtesy. So, okay. I hope that that was clear. Okay, I'm going to take a card from the notes from the universe on love and connection and see what's going on with this person that you love. What do they feel about you or think about you? Okay, so it's 2 cards. There's a deeper reason for each of your questions. Seek it. So that was a little bit mysterious. Guidance, attention, help, maybe. Love always, criticism never. The question was what to give others, if anything at all. Isn't it fun being you? Okay, so they are mocking you, obviously. Criticism never. We do need to give people criticism. They need to, if a child puts on the shoes on the wrong feet, they will have hurting feet all day. So you need to critique them for how they put on the shoes. Say that was the wrong thing to do. I help you off with this and you can try to make it right. And yes, it can be very burdensome to not be perfect and not know everything already, which the Divine Masculine gladly want to have this like a little bit of a flag that they already know everything. You don't have to teach them. They are already grown up from being babies. You can write a beard on the little baby and they are done. But that's not the truth. It just comes of a situation where we want to be good people. We want to be responsible. We want to be of use. So we don't want to be caught not knowing. And it's very important for the Divine Masculine to not be caught not knowing, because that makes them feel small and insignificant. So they're actually being like this out of love as well. So everyone is in love, but they're not doing the right thing. And you know it. And you need to show how to do it better, because it's manifested, it's earth here, so you're showing, you're doing it. Kids doesn't do as you say, they do what you do. This is very true. So what to give others is anything at all. I think you kind of give up a little bit and say, nah, I'm not going to bother with saying anything about that. He might learn maybe when he's 90, and yeah, maybe his next wife, or his girlfriend can fix this. I'm his mother. It's not my job. Okay. Or it might be same for a girl, of course, but we were talking about the Divine Masculine here, in a girl or in a boy. So you need to be tough enough to say it, to say what you're thinking and what's needed to be done. Even if you know that it will slightly offend someone, it's still for your both of you and humanity's best interest. Start where you are. The great thing about feeling deep, profound, earth-shaking love is that you can start with anyone. Next, the universe. Okay, so love can always be there. It's not about you not loving a person because they put the shoe on the wrong foot. And it's not about they are less worthy of love because they did so. It's about love is all there is. And you kind of don't want to ruin that with doing something that feels unlovable, but it's still there. It's still on. And I'm thinking, we were asking about their feelings, and I'm thinking that they know that you have a lot of criticism for them that you don't say, and they also love you, and they wish that you could love them unconditionally. And I think you do. It's just when you keep things hidden like this, a little bit passive aggressive or very like low self-esteem, can't communicate, they know what you think anyway, and they're making a monstrous idea out of it. So if you think that, oh darn, my wife should really know how to put glasses in the dishwasher by now, but I won't tell her, she just feels when she comes home that, oh, he's really mad now. I wonder what I did. Maybe it was because I asked him to go with me on my sister's wedding. I know he hates wedding. Maybe I'm going to call it off. So they're making a bigger thing of it because you didn't communicate. Okay. So this is what you feel. You'll find what you seek. If you ever suddenly found and been loved by someone amazing, awesome, fun, and fantastic, chances are astronomical you will again. If you haven't yet found such a person, chances are astronomical you will. It's up to you, universe. Yes, I think you really know how lucky you are, and you don't want to go and ruin that, and that's why you're so nice, passive aggressive but nice. Okay. Here is, and sometimes many Taurus might not recognize themselves or their Taurus that they are inquiring about. Maybe they are the opposite. Maybe they can't stop telling you what you need to do, because that's the shadow side of Taurus, Oracle of Angels. And then we might need to look at the other side of things, and that might be this, that maybe losing a little bit control might be exactly what the doctor ordered. So you can try what works for you. Maybe to start to accept that there's dishes, or to not accept it. The thing you didn't do before, do it now. Okay. So this will be spiritual advice, Oracle of Angels, for my dear Taurus. Yes, 2 cards flew. The eternal light of love and blessing. Yes, this is very blessed reading this, because it's a lot of beautiful, beautiful, harmonious earth card here that you could easily share if you wanted to. 25, eternal love, the eternal light of love. And we can see it's like a calendar here showing like a 26,000 year cycle, where the sun moves through all of these signs. So it shows that you have been here for a long, long time. The eternal light of love permeates everything in existence and fills every atom of our being. This means light and love are always present in every situation, regardless of whether we can perceive it or not. There is love, even a hidden blessing, within a current situation. Trust. All that is occurring is for your highest good. Look beyond the surface and appearance of things. I trust in the eternal light of love, which steams from my soul and the heart of all creation. I trust in the eternal light and love within every situation I find myself in. I trust in the divine light. Oh, beautiful. So, everything happens for a reason. Don't resist. Go with the flow. Let loose. Kick off your shoes. Blessings. The light of God, the source of all creation, radiates throughout the universe, permeating everything in existence. The very same light that warms your skin on a sunny day exists inside your heart, and it connects you to everything in existence. So it's the 9 of Cups above this here. Contemplate the significance of this for a moment and allow an awe-inspiring feeling of gratitude to flow over you. You are so truly blessed. The light in my heart is my connection to the divine source at the heart of creation. I am forever connected to everything in existence. Past, present, and future are one through me. So, everyone is the same. The other person is another you. And you know this, maybe many of you, specifically spiritual advanced Taurus, already know this maybe far too well, and that's why you're so overly nice and thereby becoming a little bit like hiding your life purpose here. But it's time. Okay. So my dear Taurus, I hope this helped. I want you to take really, really good care. I also want you to welcome you back to my April reading that I will perform in March. And also keep on the lookout for my pick a card reading that will sprinkle a little bit now and then. Okay. Until then, take really good care. Bye-bye.